Construction industry can at times be difficult for many. Our reporter Linda Alela spoke to two experts in the industry to shed some light on the industry, an industry that has made some billionaires, but with the right advice.
And here we are, crossing over to a different discussion altogether, away from matters news. It is also important that we march into a new year having, rough ideas on numerous things that would be instrumental towards making our year successful. Today we focus on how best you can get to invest in the construction world. And indeed, to have this conversation, I have two gentlemen who are specialists in the world of matters construction, and they'll be helping us understand how best do you get into the construction world. And Forrison Muriithi from Pacific Realty Investment is not a new face, and we are happy to have you again. When we talk matters construction and when we see you, we know very well that we gather enough knowledge that is instrumental to help us on that. And again, we also have George Mugo from Mizizi Africa Limited, Mizizi Africa Homes Limited, I want to believe, right? Also in the world or in the space of the construction industry. So much is happening there. Just what is the importance of one venturing into this space?
Because as you have correctly said, that most people that you see that are well off, you will hear them mentioning real estate.
Yeah.
Because real estate is a very lucrative sector, whereby we have seen like every person that will come across, in one or another they have had an interest, or they have an interest in real estate, because land never depreciates. And it's every person's dream, whether you are working, whether you are in business, that by the time you are going into retirement, you either have your own house or you have your house that you are getting an income, either or rent or a house that you can sell and get fast money.
As my friend has said, it's not that it's an easy thing to venture into, but then again, as you said, you can venture into real estate, but the principles that guide you will make you successful. Because as you have said, when people say that they have omokat from the business, you put question marks. But then again, as you has put it, it's a business that anybody can do. Whether you are learned or you are not learned, you just need to get the we call it the experience from the ground, and then apply the principles of like integrity, honesty. Like I would say in this construction industry, for you to be able to survive on the same, you need to have a lot of integrity and honesty on your services. The same as a developer, they need to deliver their project, those kind of things.
When we're talking about the aspect of affordable housing and how the government has come in, has it incorporated the help of the private developers as we would want to imagine, or as we would expect?
Thank you very much. For one, we want to appreciate the government because of coming up with that agenda, affordable housing as one of the big four agendas. And we have seen the government trying to come up with ways. We know the work of the government is to come up with regulations and not so much to implement, but they have even gone an extra mile to implement by coming up with their own affordable houses. And the first houses, I'm sure, will be handed over very soon. And we have seen the government trying to come up with the regulations. Like recently, actually this week, we saw the government, the president sign into law sectional ownership, whereby even if you own a part of fourth floor, which is something that people used to fear a lot, you are given a title. Previously, a developer would develop a house, they have the mother title, and now you are given the certificate. That mother title, the developer may go and take a loan, and maybe you are surprised when the auctioneers come knocking. Maybe that house the developer has defaulted. But the government has come up with a sectional ownership. Now it's a law. And we as the private developers, what we are trying to do is also to support the government and also put out the word that these laws now are there.
The most important thing in investing in homes is, for one, we usually advise maybe your customers, first of all, you need to secure your family. And then also you can also invest in homes for you to get an income on the same. So there are very many ways of benefits from home ownership. So like as you said, when you get an affordable home, you can be able to secure your family, and then maybe as you proceed, you can even be able to take another 1 unit, 2 units, then you rent it out. So you'll be having an extra source of income as you proceed.
There are a lot of policies that revolve around, one becoming a real estate developer, one becoming, I mean, even in your own special capacity as an individual, just setting up a structure, there's so much that is within this. One would want to know, where do they start?
As you have said, people sometimes get afraid where to start.
Yes.
Like they imagine you need so much. But being in real estate or opening a company, like a real estate company, it's just like opening any other company.
Yeah.
Just need to go get a name, do a name search, register e-citizen. It's just like registering any other business.
Right.
Now, but once you have now registered, now you need to set up your office, and you start. My brother here said, correctly said that what you need, you need some skills like integrity. You need to get people to trust you, which is something that is not easy. It's not easy for somebody to just come out of nowhere and trust you. So starting is normally not very easy, but once now you have that put in place, what you want to do, and you start it maybe with whatever you have, and maybe few people you have interacted with.
Well, speaking of which, it is, I don't know, cartel-driven industry, or so to speak.
Construction or development or real estate is a journey that takes time.
Yes.
And even it's like it was in my mind. Like for my case, I started that company. For 1 year, I never even got one customer to trust me in my services.
Okay.
So for you to survive in this business, and also not to maybe to engage in those cartels as you have put them, is as the way I said, you start small. You start giving your customers the best service that you can.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to make the profits, the big profit in a day. Then as you progress, now the market will also now demand your services, because most people would want to give their services to people that they can trust.
What are you doing to sanitize, the industry and to bring back the lost glory?
Yeah. Thank you. What I can tell everyone, it's not, you don't have to register a company, you don't have to start doing like whatever we are doing, but you can come join hands with us. Like for example, I have an example of, I consider them to be developers. Yes, they are customers of Mizizi, but in their own right they are developers, because they come when you are starting like a project, and when you are starting a project, they see we have gotten the piece of land together, they have seen it, we have started the journey, we give them a very good offer of, let's say, 3.95, like recently we did, and that house, by the time you are done with construction, it is complete, it has a ready title, it's a functional house. That house, a customer is able to sell at 6.5.
Do you suppose that the government has been instrumental in the support of the same and making it easy for the construction industry to flourish and actually do business?
Mostly I would say about 3 points. One is infrastructure, like let's say the road network. We need the government also to work on our road networks, because you find many people have land, many people have plots in different areas, but then again they fear to develop because they would imagine the kind of traffic they'll find on the way when they're coming to work. And then also we have also a big challenge in water connection, where we have also some cartels that run maybe the show in water connection. So those are some of the things that they need to check. At least when we develop somewhere, we have water. Then again also we have the issue of the service providers like Kenya Power. I would also want the government also to check on the same, at least to make sure that the service providers are able to give our customers the services, because you find like when you go to apply for power, doing the paperwork is very easy. You do the paperwork, you do the application, that one is very easy. Them asking you for money when you go to pay at the counter is very easy. And then now when it comes to the time to connect you with power, it becomes a process.
The venture really as profitable as most of the people point it out or paint it up to be?
I can say that real estate is profitable. But you need to also be disciplined, because For example, you can get people have trusted you, they
Yes.
have given you so much money, and we are human beings. Like now it's Christmas time, you can feel like this is the time now to enjoy yourself, to go the extra mile. You forget that at the end of the day there is next year, and there will be expectations. So this one calls for people to be very disciplined.
Yeah.
And there are people who have come and they have tried, but you find they were successful for a while, but then again they lost it. And it's all because of having that greed, to, for lack of a better word, greed, and you feel you want to be happy. And what I normally encourage, because I'm an accountant, and for you to realize a profit, you first of all need to finish whatever you are doing. For example, you are constructing for somebody. The profit that you should enjoy is the money now once you have delivered whatever you had agreed.
Okay.
The money that remains, that is your profit. That is the money you can go and enjoy. But you can have so much money and you feel, this is my money. Now you start enjoying, you will lose it. So it calls for somebody who is very disciplined, somebody who is accountable, and when you do that, you follow the procedures, which are normally what happens in life. If you're too extravagant, if you don't do your maths well, you end up spending what you don't have. You think you have it, but it's not yours. Yeah, so you need to follow the procedures, be a person of integrity, keep your word, don't get overexcited by seeing money. Yeah,
which you can actually do.
Somebody who is disciplined. Yeah.
All right, as we close down, gentlemen, I know we've spoken about this before, very soon, but then I'll ask again, what are some of the key lessons that you pick out of the COVID-19 scenario? Well, not necessarily because you have experienced some changes or adjustments, but just by observing what is on the other end, in different sectors.
Thank you. What COVID-19 has taught us as contractors and developers, one is we need to change the way we design our houses. We need now to come up with maybe new ways of designing, coming out from the old ways of doing our housing. And then also it has also taught us that we need also to get what you call mitigation measures, just in case you have a site, you have a construction, you have a project that is outside your jurisdiction. Like now in a case we adventured into Southern Sudan. Actually we are doing a very big project in Southern Sudan. Then again now when Corona came, we are not able to take our people there again, so we could not even be able to deliver the project on time. It has been put on hold since March. So some of the things that we have faced is the challenges of even also materials going up. And you find it's very difficult, and my friend can attest to that. If you agree with the customer that you're doing a project of 5 million, the moment you mention you're adding 100,000, now it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. So those are some of the things that we undergo as the contractors and the developers. But then again, there are people who understand. Like now we have a case of whereby like anything that is imported, since the dollar has gone very high, all materials have, the changes in material costing has really gone up. So those are some of the things that we have also seen affecting in our industry. Another thing was also even the movement, because when you're doing construction, you don't do construction as a lone ranger. You have a team of professionals. So maybe you need to send an architect to see the progress of the project. You need to send an architect to see an engineer to see the progress. So those are some of the challenges. Another challenge has become, I would say also, is from the banking industry, because there are some people, due to the issue of Corona, most of the guys were laid down when they were working. Like in my case, and a lot of projects, I do a lot of mortgage construction project. So there are people, there are some banks which stopped the construction, fearing that now the companies are going down. So those are some of the issues that we have had in the construction, and the effect of the coronavirus. But then I'd also say, during this coronavirus, the industry has also shifted. The construction has also been a boom, because there's a time that it's reached we could not even find masons, because everybody is building. Everybody is moving from now the rental houses maybe to get something. And I know also he has gotten the same experience. People want to buy houses because people have also realized I need my own space. So if you get your own space, so I would say also it had disadvantages and advantages as well. But we are praying.
All right. Well, we all are praying for that. I agree. As we close down also, we'd love to hear your experience with COVID-19 at this point in time.
Thank you. COVID-19 has changed everything, every sector, starting with real estate, like the way we normally used to do our marketing, our advertising. We used to give out flyers, we used to go for activations, and now things have gone so much online, the way people used to do. So we are also embracing technology, which is the way to go to when you are doing marketing. And you also need now to involve your customers more, get them updated on what is happening. So things have changed as opposed to when now customers were just giving money and waiting. Now customers are getting involved in it, which we are very happy. And people have also appreciated housing and affordable housing. And people have realized you don't need to have so much money, because also like for us, Mizizi Africa Homes Limited, we ask for maybe 1.5 initial deposit to acquire the parcel of land. Then the construction, as we do the construction, you see the construction coming to forming a house. That journey is very important, and we are happy because Corona, we believe, is going away. And we believe next year we'll be using the lessons that we have learned during that pandemic period to make this industry boom, to make people own affordable houses, to encourage people to construct their own houses, because that is how we are going to make Kenya a middle-aged, middle-income earner. And this is echoed in the Vision 2030, which also I think the affordable housing borrowed the leaf. And we are happy that by Vision 2030, because of the lessons that people have learned through this Corona period, we are going to catch up and do big things.
All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. George Mugo?
I'm George Mburu.
What about Mugo? Mugo is not your name.
No, I'm George Mburu.
Why I'm asking that is because I started by introducing you as George Mugo, and then you said George Mburu. So it got me thinking, but I did not want to distract you at that point. But all the same, here we are. Yes, my producer just decided that you're going to be Mugo, but all the same, we forgive her for that, right? George Mugo from from Mizizi Africa Limited. And we also had Verson Muridi, who's the CEO, Pacific Reality Investment. Thank you so much for that. I know we will keep talking matters investment, keep talking matters constructions and developing industry, because it is important, especially at this point when people are making money and the first thing they think about is, how do I get myself a home? How do I get to venture into this business? So indeed, it is a conversation that was worth having and will still be worth having as time goes by. It was good having you. My name is Linda Alela. It was good having you all the way from the start, where we looked at news, and up until this point, I think it's only fair that we call it a wrap as we look forward to another day. Bye-bye.